Hi guys, it's Naturally Mimi and I am back. I went from loose natural to being Sisterlocks 3 years ago, and it is like the best decision that I've made for my hair. And I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about that experience in terms of some of the things that I wish I knew before I had my Sisterlocks installed. So I don't know about you, but whenever I'm doing anything, even if I'm buying like products, whether it's like for my skin or for my body, if I'm buying like articles of clothing, if I'm buying like purses, I want to know like what other people think about it. So I watch a lot of videos to find out what people's experience is, and that wasn't any different when I was getting my Sisterlocks. I watched a bunch of videos and everybody has like really great tips, and it information is certainly super helpful. So these are a couple of things that I wish I had known before I had my Sisterlocks installed. And I have a list of them just right here. So I'll be referring to that as we go along. But yeah, let's get right into it. So the first thing I wish I knew when I got Sisterlocks was that so the first thing I wish I knew when I first got my Sisterlocks installed was that I should trim my hair if it's something that would bug me in the end. So my hair was like a bunch of different lengths when I had my Sisterlocks installed, and I didn't even think about, like getting it trimmed or cut into a style before my installation. And it's not something that I could do like the day of the installation, because if your hair is freshly cut, then it's not going to be able to hold the installation. So if you're thinking of getting Sisterlocks, consider, talking with your consultant months in advance about whether a trim is necessary or whether a cut is necessary. You don't want to impact the installation by having hair that's like too freshly cut, because then it's not going to be able to like take the locks. The little lock installation won't 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 work, people, if your hair is freshly cut. That's all I'm trying to say. So if you want your hair styled, maybe think about it months, before your installation. So my hair is a bunch of different lengths. It grows a lot quicker in the back than it does in the front. And, I just have a layered look, which I am happy about now. But at the time, I was like, maybe I should have considered getting my hair trimmed before my Sisterlock installation. The other thing that I might have wanted to consider before my installation is either dyeing or bleaching my hair. So I did bleach the ends in the back about a year ago, so 2 years into my Sisterlock journey, and I had only headed my hair before, and I actually have that video on this channel. And before that, since then, I never, experimented with hair dye. So I think color in locks is super dope. I think it looks amazing. I would have loved to do like a blonde or like a brown before getting my locks installed. The only thing that I guess really stopped me is that my hair is like super fragile, and in general I've just never dyed it, so it wasn't something that I wanted to attempt before my lock installation. And now that I've had my locks in for a little bit of time, it might be something that I consider in the future. But because my hair is quite fine, especially around the edges, they're not all completely locked yet. I'm not in a rush to dye my hair, because dyeing your hair is a process, bleaching your hair is a process, and washing out the products could damage my locks. And that's not something that I want to do, because it requires so much washing. I just don't want to mess up any of the locks that aren't completely locked yet. Okay, the maintenance required for Sisterlocks is a lot. I used to relax my hair. I used to get wigs and weaves and braids. So, maintenance and get my hair did, that's just part of my life. I'm used to it. I know all about it. What I didn't realize with Sisterlocks is, one, the length of the, my hair retightening sessions, because there's like 350 locks on my head. They're pretty tiny. And the cost of the maintenance. So every consultant has a different fee structure, and that's something that you're going to have to, talk to with your consultant, either who does the installation, if they'll continue to do your reties, or if you'll be doing your retighten somewhere else. You know, shop around, look around, see if you can find somebody, you know, within the price range that works for you. I've paid anywhere from like $25 an hour to $35 an hour. I live in Canada, so these are in Canadian dollars. And I've also paid like flat fees, whether it was like maybe $80 or up to $120, $130 for a flat fee within a certain amount of time. Every 5 to 8 weeks, it starts to add up. For me, it's worth it. You know, I've been doing my hair, I'm used to it. The only part that I'm not necessarily used to, or I wasn't used to, was having somebody else do my hair. Because for a long time, I was doing my own hair. And after I got my Sisterlocks installed, somebody else was doing my hair. And that was a really big change. We are now in the middle of a pandemic, and I have relocated to an area where there are no Sisterlock consultants. So I had to learn how to do my own retighten. That is an experience all in itself, and I'm happy to talk about that in another video. But that is something for you to consider when you're getting Sisterlocks, that there is maintenance required. It does add up, but if you are, you know, pretty handy and you can do your own hair, then that's something that you can also learn to do yourself. I love getting my hair done by somebody else. It does take a long time. That's probably my only pet peeve about having Sisterlocks, is how long it takes to retighten my hair. But it is what it is. It just comes with having Sisterlocks. For me, I think it's worth it. You know, obviously the cost of the installation is something that you might want to consider. Shop around and see if consultants are charging a different rate. It is an large upfront fee, and you know, I've had my locks for about 3 years, and I didn't have really long hair when my hair was installed. So my Sisterlocks cost $900. It was like $800 or $900, and I think it was totally worth it. Consultants charge different fees, and you know, negotiate if you feel like there's room for negotiation. Trim some hair if you feel like that will help reduce the cost of your installation, because the installation is actually based on the inches of your hair. So I didn't know the upfront cost before I had my hair installed, but I was prepared based on the videos that I had watched, that I knew that it was going to be, you know, a little bit. I actually think that it was a fair fee for the work that was done, and you know, the cost of my installation I think was totally worth it. So this is something that does kind of annoy me, but I'm used to it now, and I'm not going to be able to show you on this video, but there's little white bulbs that show up on your hair, like when you're taking pictures or in person. Like, you can see the white bulbs. You know, anytime that you pull your hair out from the root, you can see the bulbs. So as my hair is growing out, because, you know, either based on a retighten or, you know, just how our hair sheds naturally, when your hair is locked, you're not necessarily shedding the hair. So as it grows out, the little white bulbs grow with it, and they are just all over, all over. And you know, it is what it is. Some people dye their hair, and that helps camouflage the white bulbs. For me, I'm not gonna do anything, because I don't know, it just comes with the territory of having Sisterlocks. That is something for you to keep in mind. The white bulbs that come out when your hair sheds will remain in your hair, locked in your hair. The other thing that you might want to consider when you're getting Sisterlocks is the knowledge that your hair is not all going to lock at the same rate. It's going to take a long time for it to lock. It's a journey. You are going to have slippage. I have a lot of slippage around my hairline, and basically slippage means the locks become undone. So I've had a lot that have had to be redone. I've got some short little locks here, and you know, that's a story for another day. I had a minor habit that I had to break myself out of when it came to my locks. Nothing overly serious, but it was a bad habit, and I was just, you know, hooked on doing it. But I had to break myself out of that habit. And yeah, your hair is just gonna lock at different rates, so don't get frustrated with it. Just be patient. I have, you know, my hair in the back is like really locked. I also obviously have hair and hand syndrome, because I'm obsessed with how my hair feels. I just love how my locks feel. But yeah, your hair will lock at different rates all over your head. Um, another thing to think about too when you're getting locks is how you style your hair when it's first locked will be impacted. I love styling my hair. I love playing with my hair. I have always been that way. And, one thing that happens, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but when you overstyle your hair, sometimes it gets thinner. So there's a little bit of thinness here. And I have a few locks, all over my head that thinned out a little bit because I love ponytails, I love pigtails, I love braids, I love braid outs, I love twist outs, I love styling my hair, I love playing with my hair. And you can't tell me to stop. So that is something that I've had to deal with, some thinning locks because of over styling. And the last and final thing is I did not know how much I was going to love my hair. I am seriously obsessed with it. It is the best hair decision that I have made. The journey has been so educational for me. I have learned so much about myself. I've learned so much about my hair. I have no regrets about doing it. The only thing that I really wish I had done is I actually wish I had gotten Sisterlocks sooner. And I've heard other people say that too. They're like, oh, do you have any regrets about your hair? And they're like, the only regret I have is not getting Sisterlocks earlier. And I'm just like, I'm in the same boat, but I do think that everything happens, at the right time. So don't worry about it if you haven't done it yet. Just do it. You're not gonna regret it. And yeah, if you have like any questions about my Sisterlocks or any questions about like the installation process, like feel free to leave a comment below. You can also visit my page on Instagram at Miss Naturally Mimi. I've been tracking my hair journey there, and you can certainly like DM me or leave me questions there, but you will not regret it. I love styling my hair. I love playing with my hair. I have so much freedom. It has grown like so much. I just feel like this is the best thing I could have done for my hair. And I say that if you've thought about getting locks before or getting Sisterlocks before, if it's something that you're like, oh yeah, this is something I might do, don't wait. Just do it. You will not regret it. Anyway, thanks again. It's Naturally Mimi, and I will see you in my next video.